expectations in terms of, is my content really buffering, and all sorts of data around QoS. And also all this content is getting fed back to the business teams to either prepare what kind of content I need to prepare, or if my content is getting delivered, it's say in a specific territory, then what kind of ad networks do I bring in so as to give the best buck for that specific content. This is a block diagram of how this happens in the AWS space, right from storage to event processing to data processing, and then again on publishing side of it on the dashboard. So we've got different ways and means and capabilities available to provide this as a service. So in the summary, I would suggest that your customers will obviously consume content in different ways and means. That obviously provides different kinds of monetizing capabilities and challenges. And we do have services and all technology available to provide solutions with respect to each of these different arenas. So please do let us know if there's any interest in any of the areas, and we can definitely help and provide you solutions there. I think I overrun my time in a big way, but thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Deepak. I think the questions can be taken after this. So without further ado, I would like to invite our next speaker, who is Narinder Kumar. He had his EVP technology services at To The New. He will run you through some of the global examples of how companies and media companies are utilizing digital and transforming their businesses. So without further ado, I would like to invite Narinder on stage. Narinder.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming and sparing a Friday evening with us. And apologies that we are running quite late. I'll try to move fast. A quick introduction about us, To The New. We are a technology services organization. We are helping organizations in the digital. Hello? Okay. So we are a technology organization helping organizations traversing through the digital transformation journey in different forms and ways. And I would like to talk about some of the experiences in next 20-25 minutes about what are our experiences across different media and entertainment organizations. So let's get started. This is me. I head technology at To The New. It has been 3.5 years. We are a young organization. We have been little around 10 years. During this time period, we have worked with organizations around the globe, from internet product startups to Fortune 500 organizations. I have myself been working in the industry for 21 plus years. And throughout this 21 years, my focus has been towards software development and design. I still consider or carry myself as a developer, though a lot more time gets spent into PowerPoints and Excel sheets now. But the plan is that we would like to touch upon what we think is the current media and entertainment industry landscape today. We would like to talk about some of the trends and priorities which we are seeing from a service integrator point of view, from a technology service provider point of view, what customers are asking and what are the challenges they are facing and the constraints. And then lastly, I would like to talk about some of our experiences, how we have been steering through those challenges, steering through those requirements. Quickly, we have already talked about this, but digital entertainment space is getting more and more crowded. There have been big players, Airtel, Tata Sky is there in the room, and Dish TV. Then there are a lot of new players are coming, both global as well as local players. We have Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, and then we are TVF and Wink. We are having presence from Wink also here. So this is getting more and more competitive, and Similar to digital entertainment, we are seeing the same thing happening in the news segment. These are, established players. We just heard from Dr. Men that Hindustan Times is a 100-year-old organization. And then these are getting, pushed and given competition from both Indian digital players, international, as well as social media networks. Now, Twitter, Facebook, they are also, in a way, news and media organizations in different forms. All right. Still, content and platform enablement is happening. It's still catching up. We see that, English language content is much more pervasive as compared to, especially in Indian space, that a lot of vernacular languages, the digital content is much lower in terms of penetration as compared to English. Digital news is the same story. Lot more print is happening, though there is tremendous growth, but this is still catching up. And monetization models, they are evolving. We are seeing, like, these 4 models. There is free content, free plus subscription, or transaction, or just subscription. And I've put in some details which are based out of, publicly available data, but they might be a bit dated. This is a continuously evolving space. So apologies in case, these things are not reflection of the current state. So this was just a snapshot of where we are in terms of both media and entertainment industry, both in terms of what is happening and also how content is shaping up. I would like to just quickly talk about what we see as trends and what are the priorities which our customers are facing. A lot of us have heard about it. Video is becoming new form of content, and slowly we see that it is becoming more and more, and it is going to become nearly the primary media of consumption. In India especially, mobile has just gone through a complete revolution. We are seeing the mobile video traffic growing more and more fast as compared to going through web, and it has the potential to grow even faster. 60% of the overall media data and traffic is expected to grow tremendously in next 5 years. These are all the data which we have collated from different research agencies, and so this is happening in India, this is happening globally. Personalization. Users want more and more personalized content, and this is depending upon multiple attributes. These are basis their what is their location, what is their language preference, but what is the kind of content which they have watched in previously. What are the people in their kind of physical or age group are watching. They would like to be aware about it, and they would like the content to be continuously evolving and improving. It is not enough to have general purpose recommendation, but more and more personalized. Everybody has to have unique ways of consumptions, and they would expect the media and entertainment agency to cater to those needs. User experience, working application is not good enough, and we as users are spoiled by choices. We look at an application through our mobile phone, and in case the video is buffering or it is slow, we just flip over to another app, and we do not benchmark a media and entertainment application or consuming the content by its peers, but we also look at completely different applications and say, okay, that experience is much more superior, and this is getting more and more competitive, and it is getting one of the key factors about differentiating. Data and analytics, again, from both ways. From a user point of view, users want publishers to anticipate their needs, to understand what they have consumed, and basis that they would like content to be served. But from an advertiser's point of view also, they would like to know to whom these advertisements are being served, so that they get better return of investment. They want to have more and more fine-grained thought, rather than in a traditional media where the advertisements are thrown to anybody or anyone who is watching that content. It is even more important in the digital space. Omnichannel, we all are users of multiple devices and we would like to have the same and seamless experience when we move from mobile to a tablet and from tablet to desktop, and we do it multiple times during the day. And more users are having the same kind of behavior, are using multiple devices, and they expect the similar kind of experience. They want the platform to be aware from where they left a particular video, and it should start from there rather than them doing anything about it. Increased competition, we talked about traditional players and then lot of new players, lot of international players are coming, and competition is becoming fierce. As a service provider, I have not met even a single customer who says cost is not a problem. Everybody says we have to go fast, we have to deliver in, now time frames have shrunk from a year to 9 months, now to 6 months, and lot of customers come to us and say, we want to deliver in next 2.5 months or 3 months, and we have to deliver so many things. You have to deliver more and you have to deliver in less cost. At the same time, the scale and availability requirements are getting high and higher. In case a web application or a mobile application is not working for more than few minutes, it is a big deal. It can be really catastrophic for the brand, for the image. So it is just not possible that you are not 24/7 available. Okay, this is about Indian specific context. We see that English language as the consumers, the percentage is kind of stagnating. It is not seeing the same level of growth as we see in local languages. Of course, it is debatable about how, if we just map it with the monetization models, but we see more and more demand for local languages content as the growth is, or the maturity level there is much lower as compared to English language. Similar kind of things with more numbers. All right. This is what our thought and our experiences have been. Anybody would like to add something? I'm sorry, I just went pretty fast because I know that it is late and many of us are hungry, and we would like to hear the panel discussion as well. Anybody has anything to add or to contradict what I have just talked about? All right, okay, I'll move on. Our experiences, and we have been working with a lot of media and entertainment organizations within India as well as outside India, and I would just like to touch base upon all the things which I talked about in trends and priorities, how we are dealing with them, and these are the things which are more from an implementation point of view. 5 things which we believe are key enablers for digital transformation: user experience, cloud, mobility, data and analytics, and last but not the least, lean product engineering. How we have been, I would just like to talk briefly about each one of them, specifically use cases. These are 4 steps in our typical digital transformation journey. We start with user experience and design. We can branch into either web, mobility, smart TVs, content, or all of them or some of them depending upon the context of and the business case. And then it is more analytics led marketing. Everything keeps on rotating. It is like iterative and incremental form of way which we are experiencing across different customers with whom we are working. User experience process, as I talked about, superlative user experience process is very important, but I just wanted to talk about concrete steps which we have followed. In our opinion, it should start with design, discovery and competitive analysis. Otherwise, it is very difficult to retrofit certain things. So let's have all the people, different stakeholders, not just engineering people, but product people, people from marketing, people from sales, everybody together and think about what we would like to build, where we are and how we can go from there.